This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Have you heard of them, Enzo?
Yeah, quality CBD. Fowler's the main man.
Enzo Maccarinelli, we're here in Leeds for the Warrington Lara 2 card. Before we go on to what's brought you here, what do you think of the show? Some cracking fights?
Some cracking fights. Brendan Ardos, Taylor Han, you have Maxi Hughes Staffron. That's a great fight. And obviously Warren and Lara. Brilliant fights.
Can you break them down? Can you pick winners for us?
Ben, I'll go for all the home.
Yeah.
I think the toughest one is Maxi, but I think Maxi pulls it off. I think I say Maxi's the toughest one. Josh is a tough one as well.
Yeah.
If it was one fighter that fed off the crowd and the lack of crowd affected is Josh Warner. But on the other side, you can't afford to let the crowd get the better of him on Saturday night because that Lara can whack.
Yeah. What's brought you here? A certain Miss Bridges?
Yeah, I had a phone call a couple of weeks before she boxed Beck Conley. She's coming over the fight. She had a fight maybe scheduled in 4 weeks' time. Will I be interested in looking after her? She's not allowed back in the States. And I've been speaking to Ebanie for a while, and we had a bit of banter on Twitter, and I see her boxing knowledge and things like that, and I said, yeah, no brainer. We worked hard, we've had a laugh, and it's been good.
What's she been like to be with? Because she's 100 mile an hour, isn't she?
Oh, it's 100 mile an hour, everything she does. You see her on Instagram all the time, Twitter, TikTok, she's into now, and you think, fucking hell, take your time. But she's working, she is where she is because of what she's doing. Yeah. And when she's in the gym, phone's off, she works just as hard as she does on her networking and all that. So you on the phone thinks she's talking to people, she's not, she's just generally networking.
Can't have you here, so without talking about you. There's been long rumours about you coming back. Anything in them?
No, there is. But every time I seem to get myself in some sort of shape ready to fight, I pick up another injury, I pick up something else, and I'm not going to go in unless I'm 100%. I'm not going to go in unless I can do what I know I can do. But after 5 years of it eating at me and 5 years of eating away at me, and I really want that fight, I've got to the point now is, if I do, great, I'd love to, can't wait. If I don't, never mind.
You're in good shape though still.
Yeah, I'm in good shape. I run an amateur club. I like to stay fit. I like to stay healthy. My diet's clean. So yeah, I could, but unless I'm 100%, I'm not going.
If you're 100%, can we chuck some names at you?
Chuck them.
We'll start with the comedy ones first. Jake Paul.
I tell you what, I'll fight Jake Paul and Logan on the same night, and he can pick which hand I tie behind my back.
What do you think?
I hope it's the right because I bet the left.
What do you make of it all, Enzo?
Mate, it is what it is. It is, we talk about Ebanie networking. She's hit a market. She's got a market. Jake Paul's got a market. It's not boxing fans watching him. It's YouTube fans. They want to see their hero beat up these combat athletes because they don't realise the difference between Ben Askren, who never put a glove on in his life and he can't throw a single. Looks like he's never been in a gym in his life. Yeah. To a proper boxer, and all they see is he's beating combat athletes. So for him, he's looking good. But on the other side of things, he's getting so many viewers. You've got Amanda Serrano, who no, unless you're a boxing fan, you don't know her. You've got Dubois, you've got Tommy Fury, all on his card, all being watched by more and getting paid more than they've been paid before. So good. Hate the game, not the player.
Well said. Another name to chuck at your Enzo, and it's a more obvious one, and it would, in my opinion, it would certainly be lucrative. Certain Mr. Haye, because he's coming back.
He's coming back for a little knock around with his mate. But he looks in good shape. I've been watching him. I speak to Dave now and again. He looks in good shape, and I think that would still sell. I think people would love to see that again in different ways. But like I said to you, I'm not going to do nothing. There's too many times in my career that I went in less than 50%, and I really mean less than 50, sometimes 30%, including big ones as well. Made too many mistakes. If I'm going to have one more my age, I'm not going to do it unless I'm 100%, no matter who it is. Apart from Logan Paul and Jake Paul, so I think I can do it on 20%.
If you don't, Enzo, what's the future in store for you? Because you've been behind the camera and enjoyed it, haven't you?
Yeah, I get a bit of work. I get a bit of work on the BT show, Sky, and I'm now in the zone, but whenever I do something, I have so many comments. I think the last one I had 2,000 comments. I'll say Enzo's a cracking pundit, knows his stuff, breaks things down, and it's just simple. You just tell them what you see, break it down, to explain it the way they can deal with. But then no one else phones me. I don't know whether I'm too honest. I'm somewhere, someone's losing. I'm saying they're losing, and but I do enjoy that. I run an amateur club. I do little bits of property. I dabble in the stock markets. I'm not very good at the moment, but I'm getting there. So I got loads on. I got loads to do. So we'll see. I might go into pro training as well. If I enjoy working with Ebanie, enjoy spending every day with someone, teaching them my way, and things like that. So it's got plenty to do.
Good man. Last 2 minutes, we'll get your punditry for free.
Go on.
2 predictions. Can we start with AJ Usyk, because that's next?
I'll go AJ, but I will say, if Usyk wins, it wouldn't surprise me. I think I'm always one who goes on what they know and what they've seen. And when Usyk boxed Bridges, there were certain times that fight Bridges bullied him. And if you think if Bridges can bully him, Anthony Joshua can bully him. Yeah. So I think he might cause Joshua trouble for a few rounds. And I'm talking 6, 7. But I think he's not going to be able to do what he does against Joshua. I don't think he's going to be able to do the feinting, the movement, the tire the brain out, because that's what he does. He tires your brain out, he tires your mind out, and I don't think he's going to be able to do out Joshua. I think Joshua around 7, 8, 9, 10 start going to get to him and start leaning on him, and I don't think he stops Usyk. I think Usyk's too good, too clever, but I think is a points win.
Last one, we started the conversation with him. Anthony Fowler against Liam Smith, that's a cracker, isn't it?
That's a cracking fight. And I'm a massive fan of Liam Smith. He comes to fight. I really like Anthony Fowler as well. He's a good guy, and I think it's a good fight. Is it a change in regard, or Liam's got too much? Because it's a massive step up. People say Anthony didn't have to take it. He did have to take it. He wants these fights. He wants to get ahead. He's 30 now. If he wants to get the next level, he's got to beat Liam Smith. Can he do it? I don't know. I'm not one to sit in the fence, but I do think it's a cracking fight. And if Liam Smith looked finished in his last fight, I'd edge towards Fowler. But Liam Smith didn't look finished at all. In all fairness, he won that fight.
Yeah, he did.
He won that fight. I come home to watch it, and I was a bit gutted for the result for him. But it's a good fight, and I'll watch it. I'll make my mind up a bit closer to the time, and I will be honest. I just think it's a tough fight for both, because I don't think Liam Smith's underestimating Anthony Fowler at all. I think he's a consummate professional. He's going to go in there. On the other side of things, I think Anthony Fowler is going to be as good and as strong and as fit as he's ever been. This is his big moment. This is bigger than the Fitzgerald fight. It's a battle of the city, and I've been to a couple of Scouts versus Scouts fights, including with Paul Smith, and the atmosphere is just electric. So it's just going to be a good night.
It is. Enzo, we'll catch you ringside on Saturday.
Top man.
Thank you very much for your time.
Top man.